much more. Find out how Carer Gateway can help you. Call 1-800-422-737 Monday to Friday or visit carergateway.gov.au. Carer Gateway, connecting carers to support services.
On 1089 3WM and streaming live via YouTube, it's the 2021 Wimmera Football Netball League Hatcher and Toohey medal count. A very good evening to you out there, folks. It is Adam here with you at 1089 3WM. I am joined by local football lives and the shirt front's own Grant Kugel. Cougs, what a year we have been, but what an exciting night this is going to be.
Yeah, it has been a different year. We not the news we wanted to hear at the start of the week that the seasons were effectively finished. I think a lot of people were of the belief that when we got training a couple of weeks ago that we would be able to get this season in, but you look at the positive, we got 12 rounds of footy and netball in, which is 12 more than we did last year. So at least we've had something.
That is absolutely right. And look, we've all made adjustments throughout the year, for the last 18 months, really, throughout the whole pandemic. We've pivoted and we've adjusted to these types of kind of online events, and which is a really, really unique reason for us to be doing this tonight. We do have a number of clubs and representatives from the football and netball leagues who are on a Zoom call at the moment, all standing by that we can potentially have some chats to some winners. We're also streaming via YouTube. We've got the radio going. It's going to be a very, very interesting evening. We have Pauline, the chairperson of the Football Netball League, who is standing by to read out some votes. So it's just one of those unique situations, Cougs.
And it is indeed. It's something we've never confronted before. We did the District League a couple of weeks ago, but we've taken it to another level with Zoom and everybody being on. So it should be a fascinating time and a fascinating night.
We're going to start off with the Hatcher medal first, and then we'll move into the Toohey medal. So to get things started, we'll cross to the chairperson of the Wimmera Football Netball League. It's Pauline.
Welcome to the Toohey Hatcher Medal presentation night. We would like to acknowledge the land in which we are meeting on today and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Wimmera Football Netball League board members, club officials, sponsors, live members and the stars of this evening, our senior netball and footballers. Welcome all to tonight's broadcast of the Toohey and Hatcher Medal vote count for season 2021. I'm Pauline Butler and I'm the chairperson of the Wimmera Football Netball League board. Firstly, just a reminder for those who are joining us via Zoom this evening, please keep yourself on mute during the presentation and you will be prompted when to put your cameras on and take yourselves off mute. It is my absolute pleasure to represent the Wimmera Football Netball League at tonight's presentation evening to celebrate the achievement of our senior players. I would like to start off by acknowledging and thanking the Wimmera Football Netball League board members, Angela Ballinger, Bruce Petering, Neil King, Tony Stewart, Wes Illig and Missy Neal. As many of you would be aware, this was the first year of the newly formed Wimmera Football Netball League after a long-awaited amalgamation of the Wimmera Football League and the Wimmera Netball Association. I cannot thank our board members enough for volunteering their time and the countless hours they have put in this year behind the scenes. Well, this year has been like no other. The challenges we have had to face and we are continuing to face today in order to keep our season going has been absolutely extraordinary. And who would have ever imagined at the start of the year that we would be conducting the Toohey and the Hatcher Medal presentation online. We would like to extend our gratitude and thanks to our member clubs, players, officials and supporters for their understanding, commitment and support in what has been a very challenging year for you all. I want to take this opportunity to extend a sincere thank you to all Wimmera Football Netball League sponsors. The Wimmera Football Netball League would not be able to operate or continue to be sustainable if it was not for your generosity of these sponsors, and we cannot thank you all enough. I would especially like to thank our naming rights sponsor, 1089 3WM, for not only their sponsorship this year and commitment to the league, but also for partnering with us this evening so that we can share tonight's event with the broader community. I would also like to thank our major sponsor, Priceline, for their ongoing commitment and continued support also. We are very grateful to have such generous and supportive sponsors supporting our league. I would also like to acknowledge and thank our many volunteers at both league and club level and all the umpires who officiated matches throughout the year. You all play a vital role in supporting the Wimmera Football Netball League, and we really do appreciate the endless hours that are put in behind the scenes. To the AFL Wimmera Mallee team, Jace, Jen and Aslan, thank you for everything you do behind the scenes to help us run a successful competition. Your commitment, dedication and support throughout 2021 has been absolutely amazing, and we cannot thank you all enough. Tonight we are here to honour those who have been judged by the umpires as the best and the fairest players for season 2021. I thank everybody for joining us tonight to celebrate and honour our Toohey and Hatcher Medal Trophy winners for season 2021. Before we begin tonight's proceedings, I would like to hand over to our naming rights sponsor, 1089 3WM's General Manager, Mr Brendan O'Loughlin, to say a few words.
Thanks, Pauline. Ace Radio through 1089 3WM is a very proud sponsor, but more importantly, partner of the Wimmera Football Netball League, in particularly for this very trying year. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the league and its administrators for a job exceptionally well done. It's been an incredibly difficult time, but handled so magnificently well. To the clubs, your committees, coaches, players, volunteers and supporters that have all hung in there, you've been completely committed to all work together so that this season was given its absolute best shot to succeed. Well done. The behind the scenes work to pivot at short notice, to keep things rolling, many times organising things that wouldn't even get to take place. The extra work that COVID procedures have thrown into every aspect of club life has been enormous and very exhausting. But I hope for each and every one it has also had its rewards. As we all know, football and netball plays a significant part in our towns and regions' makeup, and the work this year really does echo and herald the resilience and strength in our Wimmera community. To those that are successful in the individual categories for this year's awards, congratulations, and again well done for your efforts. And to everyone tuning in, enjoy the night in what is a real celebration of the Wimmera Football and Netball League. Good night.
Thank you, Brendan. Your sponsorship means a lot to the league, and we are very grateful to have your support. Okay, it's now time.
Thank you, Pauline. We'll just stop you for a second there before we begin the Hatcher vote count. There is one award that the Wimmera Football Netball League would like to present, and that is the Volunteer of the Year Award, which is proudly sponsored by the Morrow Motor Group. And Cougs, we know just how much volunteers really make the football and netball clubs tick over year after year, season after season.
Without them, clubs wouldn't exist. Simple as that.
So let us tell you a bit about this year's recipient. This year's recipient has been a trainer at the club for 30 years. She's always the first one at training to make sure that all the players are looked after and that their needs are attended to. She's there from the start to the end on match days, making sure that everybody is supported. She coordinates and assists all the trainers, the physios at the club, and is the first one to put her hand up if anything needs doing. She helps out at the club in various ways by assisting with ordering first aid supplies and washing the endless amounts of towels each week. She is well respected around the club and will always go that extra mile to support the club in any way that she can. This year's Volunteer of the Year Award, which is sponsored by the Morrow Motor Group, goes to Jenny Dunn from Ararat Football Netball Club. Congratulations, Jenny. Volunteers like yourself are invaluable to country football and netball clubs, and we know that everybody at the Ararat Football Netball Club appreciates all the hard work that you put in each week and will be completely lost without you. Massive congratulations once again to Jenny. Cougs, a very worthy winner.
Oh, no doubt about that. I just saw her up on their Facebook page the other day. You know, she was asking the players to get their jumpers back to her and all that sort of thing. So even though the season's finished, it hasn't finished for Jenny, and a worthy winner. 30 years doing that sort of job. It's endless, thankless, and you're often chasing players to get things back and all that, so congratulations.
Very, very well deserved indeed. Congratulations again, Jenny. Well, it is time to start off our vote count for the Hatcher Medal. How are you feeling about this year?
Well,
Coach?
it should be an absolute beauty. It looms as one of the most intriguing and wide open for a number of years. You know, can Horsham make it 3 medals in a row? And even though she's missed 3 games, Emma Bewalder, can she win a second medal, or can the 2019 medal winner Georgia Hiscock make it 2 in a row and be on that leaderboard again? You go to the Warwick Eagles, the sisters, Emma Kazitsky and Sarah Spicer. They've won 4 medals between them. The mid-court pair, they've had great seasons. There's been some injuries to the Warwick side, so they must be a real chance to add to their tally. Or we drive up a little bit further and it's a good trip up to the Giants when we head up there. They've really stamped themselves as a force in the netball. It's taken them a few years, but they are really now a force in the competition. And can one of their players grab the famous Hatcher medal for the first time? Steph Thompson normally polls well. We'll recruit Jodie Hayes. She's been in brilliant form, and could she go one better than her runner-up in 2017? Or will it be a youngster? Ararat, Raquel Scott. She won the under-17s in, I think, 2019. She's a defender. She takes on the best attacking players in the league and really lowers the colours. Or will we see a new recruit to the league take it out? The Boroughs haven't had a good premiership defence. They finished towards the bottom, lost a number of players, but one shining light has been the little pocket rocket centre, Meg Cashin. On the other hand, Stawell charged up the ladder. Dimboola have finished third, and they've won enough games to have one of their players win their first Hatcher medal this century. It's going to be an intriguing and really interesting count, and it's, as we said, short season, could be real tight.
Looking forward to finding out. It's a fantastic having a look there that you've made, Cougs. Just hyped up that anticipation a little bit more. There's only one way to find out, and that is to start off round by round the vote count. So we'll cross back to the chairperson of the Wimmera Football Netball League, Pauline.
Time to begin the Hatcher medal count for 2021. Round 1, Ararat versus Stawell. 1 vote, Raquel Scott, Ararat. 2 votes, Rachel Wood, Stawell. 3 votes, Lisa Fleming, Stawell. Round 1, Minyip Matoa versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Bridie McKenzie, Warwick. 2 votes, Meg Cashin, Minyip Matoa. 3 votes, Emma Kazitsky, Warwick Nabil. Horsham versus Nil. 1 vote, Jetta Hurd, Horsham. 2 votes, Jenna Snyder, Nil. 3 votes, Paula Wiedemann, Horsham. Round 1, Horsham Saints versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Kiana Marshman, Horsham Saints. 2 votes, Ali Barnett, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Megan Byrne, Horsham Saints. Round 2, Stawell versus Nil. 1 vote, Ebony Summers, Stawell. 2 votes, Molly Orr, Stawell. 3 votes, Lisa Fleming, Stawell. Round 2, Minyip Matoa versus Ararat. 1 vote, Angie Clark, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Molly Fagan, Minyip Matoa. 3 votes, Raquel Scott, Ararat. Round 2, Southern Mallee Giants versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Sarah Spicer, Warwick Nabil. 2 votes, Bridie McKenzie, Warwick Nabil. 3 votes, Zali Brown, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 2, Horsham versus Horsham Saints. 1 vote, Abby Hallam, Horsham Saints. 2 votes, Tamika Mentha, Horsham. 3 votes, Emma Bewalder, Horsham. Round 3, Nil versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Claudia McRae, Nil. 2 votes, Ruby Redford, Dimboola. 3 votes, Holly Ross, Dimboola. Round 3, Ararat versus Horsham. 1 vote, Marnie Lehman, Horsham. 2 votes, Emma Bewalder, Horsham. 3 votes, Jetta Hurd, Horsham. Round 3, Warwick Eagles versus Stawell. 1 vote, Kiana Stewart, Warwick Nabil. 2 votes, Zanaya Bergen, Stawell. 3 votes, Bridie McKenzie, Warwick Nabil. Round 3, Southern Mallee Giants versus Minyip Matoa. 1 vote, Meg Cashin, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Rhianna Butler, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Zali Brown, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 4, Stall versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Steph Thompson, Southern Mallee Giants. 2 votes, Gemma Clarkson, Stall. 3 votes, Jodie Hayes, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 4, Warwick Eagles versus Horsham. 1 vote, Sarah Spicer, Warwick Nabil. 2 votes, Georgie Carberry, Horsham. 3 votes, Emma Kazitsky, Warwick Nabil. Round 4, Dimboola versus Ararat. 1 vote, Holly Ross, Dimboola. 2 votes, Rebecca Scrabble, Ararat. 3 votes, Olivia Jorgensen, Dimboola. Round 4, Horsham Saints versus Nil. 1 vote, Jenna Snyder, Nil. 2 votes, Megan Byrne, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Ashley Grace, Horsham Saints.
Well, Cougs, you promised us a very, very fascinating count. That's what we've got so far.
Interesting start. Emma Kazitsky and Lisa Fleming from Stalls. Out of the blocks very quickly, both on 6 votes. Emma Bewalder's on 5, but she misses 2 or 3 rounds here with injury. She did miss round 4. I think they have the bye in round 5, and then she's out injured 6 and 7. So she's had a good start and put her name right in the frame. But at the moment, it's Kazitsky, previous winner, and Lisa Fleming, lead on 6.
We'll get back to the count. Back to you, Pauline.
Round 5, Stall versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Paige Glover, Dimboola. 2 votes, Maddie Taylor, Stall. 3 votes, Lisa Fleming, Stall. Round 5, Horsham Saints versus Minyip Matoa. 1 vote, Georgia McLennan, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Megan Byrne, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Abby Hallam, Horsham Saints. Round 5, Nil versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Madison Peterkin, Nil. 2 votes, Charlotte Folds, Nil. 3 votes, Jodie Hayes, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 5, Ararat versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Bridie McKenzie, Warwick Nabil. 2 votes, Raquel Scott, Ararat. 3 votes, Emma Kazitsky, Warwick Nabil. Round 6, Ararat versus Horsham Saints. 1 vote, Jessie Bly, Ararat. 2 votes, Ashley Grace, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Raquel Scott, Ararat. Round 6, Warwick Eagles versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Sarah Spicer, Warwick Nabil. 2 votes, Olivia Jorgensen, Dimboola. 3 votes, Emily Pollock, Dimboola. Round 6, Southern Mallee Giants versus Horsham. 1 vote, Tamika Mentha, Horsham. 2 votes, Jodie Hayes, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Steph Thompson, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 6, Minyip Matoa versus Stall. 1 vote, Courtney McElvride, Stall. 2 votes, Zanaya Bergen, Stall. 3 votes, Meg Cashin, Minyip Matoa. Round 8, Stall versus Horsham. 1 vote, Lisa Fleming, Stall. 2 votes, Tamika Mentha, Horsham. 3 votes, Grace Mansera, Horsham. Round 8, Nil versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Emma Kazitsky, Warwick Nabil. 2 votes, Bridie McKenzie, Warwick Nabil. 3 votes, Sarah Spicer, Warwick Nabil. Round 8, Horsham Saints versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Rhiannon Butler, Southern Mallee Giants. 2 votes, Abby Hallam, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Jodie Hayes, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 8, Minyip Matoa versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Billy Joe Barber, Dimboola. 2 votes, Madison Morgan, Minyip-Matoa. 3 votes, Delta Wardle, Dimboola.
Well, Cougs, very, very fascinating first 8 rounds of the Hatcher Medal count this evening.
Absolutely intriguing. Jodie Hayes has just absolutely bolted out of the blocks in the last 4 rounds. She's gone round 4, 3 votes, round 5, 3 votes, round 6, 2 votes, and then round 8, 3 votes again. There's no round 7, of course, because we missed that with COVID. So she has really put a good patch together and is leading. But Fleming and Kaczynski are right behind her. So extremely interesting. I think there's 5 players within 4 votes.
We're going to go back and just have a quick look at that leaderboard before we do. Just take a moment to have a catch up with some of the coaches.
And the leaderboard after round 8. On 6 votes, Zali Brown, Southern Mallee Giants. 6 votes, Abby Hallam, Horsham Saints. 6 votes, Sarah Spicer, Warwick Nabil. 6 votes, Meg Cashin, Minyip-Matoa. 7 votes, Megan Byrne, Horsham Saints. 9 votes, Bridie McKenzie, Warwick Nabil. 9 votes, Raquel Scott, Ararat. 10 votes, Emma Kaczynski, Warwick Nabil. 10 votes, Lisa Fleming, Stawell. And leading after round 8 on 11 votes is Jodie Hayes from the Southern Mallee Giants.
Yes, one of the favourites out in front at the moment. Cougs, no surprises, I guess, really.
Lisa Fleming's probably the surprise. I don't think she was spoken about too much. She's equal second on 10 votes. Bridie McKenzie's on 9. Meg Cashin's on 6. Sarah Spicer's on 6. So plenty of names on that board. As we said, Emma Bawalda not there. Probably the interesting one so far is Georgia Hiscock, the 2019 winner. I don't know whether I've heard a name mentioned as yet. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. But certainly what have we got? Half a dozen rounds to go. Should be an absolutely fascinating back half of the season.
I think it will be indeed. Now, we know that the year has been challenging for so many different reasons. We're waiting on the roadmap really on Sunday. And we got the news that, unfortunately, the seasons won't be able to go ahead.
No.
So we won't be able to play the finals as we're expecting. And as we've chatted, it was going to be a very, very busy weekend and a couple of weekends, really. Yeah. But we can still declare, minor premiers. So we're going to cross to our green room / Zoom room now, where Casey is hanging out. I'm just going to have a chat with some of the coaches. Over to you, Casey.
Thanks, Ads. I want to catch up with Michaela George, actually, from the Southern Mallee Giants. Now, the A-grade coach. Now, your minor premiers for the 2021 season, bit of a bittersweet for the season. An announcement that we never wanted to hear, but I wanted to know if the grand final did go ahead for the 2021 season, who would have been in it, who would have won, and what would the margin be?
Oh, a very, very tricky question. Obviously, I would very much like to think that it would be played out between ourselves. And I would most likely think our toughest competitors for the season of 2021 was the Horsham Demons. So I think it would have been a 1 versus 2 grand final, which unfortunately won't go ahead. And I'm thinking the margin would have been very, very close, as the biggest margin that did sort of stretch out over the season was 5 to 6 goals between our 2 games against Horsham Demons. So I would definitely say it would have been single figures. And I would definitely 100% say that our girls were hungry enough, strong enough, and definitely more passionate to come away with the win. So I would have backed our girls in 100% by 5 goals.
You said that the girls would have been hungry, and I'm sure that's the same for a lot of the teams. During this year, it was stop, start. It was, is it happening? Is it not? But how did you keep that hunger in the girls?
Very lucky as a coach I was. Had a few of our girls living together, which made trainings very easy via Skype and Zoom. Lucky enough to have multiple girls living in Beulah and Hopeton, so different towns, beg your pardon, but obviously access to their own courts. We were very lucky to be supported heavily by Sarah Wall and her NetFit community this year with training sessions. So our real focus was just that constant connection, chats, keeping the vibes really high, and that hunger and fire in our bellies to do the big thing and get to the big dance, I suppose, and make it all worth it in the end. Our pre-season was very, very strong, which I think set us up for a very successful first 5 to 6 games of the season, which I think we blew a fair few teams away and surprised a few, which made me very proud as a coach early on.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having a bit of a chat. Is Tiffany Hare on the call by any chance? Coach of the Horsham Demons, jump on. Maybe not, but that is A-OK. I'm going to throw back to Cougs and Adam in the studio.
Thank you, Casey. Fascinating insight there, Cougs.
Yeah, and, Michaela would be very disappointed. As I said, they've had a great season, overcome a lot of challenges because some of their players do come from outside the area, and when we did have this lockdown, it's the same as the football. It was sort of getting a toss of the coin. Well, who could get home to play, who couldn't, who was in lockdown. But certainly their football has been very strong over a long, long time. Their netball hasn't been as strong, and I think one of their goals this year was to have a strong netball. Here we are. We've got Tiff, I think.
We do have Tiff. We had it. We've lost it. We might come back and see if we can get Tiff again shortly.
Yeah, the joys of technology. We'll put it down to the earthquake, Adam. That's anything that happens tonight. It's earthquake related.
Yeah.
So we're right. But as I said, so the Giants, they will really look to go to the next level next year and stay up the top and become a perennial force in Wimmera League netball. But they do have to contend with the heavyweight of the competition's Horsham, because they don't miss out too often.
No, you're right. We do have Tiff, so we are just going to have a quick switch back to Tiff. We'll cross back to Casey and Tiff, and we'll see how the Horsham Demons season went.
We're right, but as I said, so the Giants.
Awesome. Tiff, I just wanted to catch up with you real quick. It's been one of those crazy seasons with the ups, the downs. How did you keep your girls going during the season?
Wimmera League netball, but they do have to contend with the heavyweight of the competition's Horsham, because
Tiff, you there?
I haven't turned the TV down.
Hi.
Sorry, might want to turn your telly down a bit.
Cross back to Cape.
Is that right? I think so.
You can't hear what they're asking you.
Oh, that's from ages ago. I can't hear anything. Oh, no.
Tiff, you there? Hello? Can you hear me?
Is that on? I'm extremely lucky. I've got a great group of girls that are love their netball, very keen. I've got leaders that want to stand up and take control.
Tiff, we do appreciate your input there. We're just there is a delay between the radio and the streaming that you're watching, so that's what's going on. But we got an answer from you, and we appreciate that. This is live radio and live streaming for you, Tiff. Thank you. We do appreciate that input. Cougs, when we look at the count and on the run home, how are you feeling?
Yeah, it's going to be an extremely interesting count, isn't it? Emma Kazitsky sitting there on 10. She is one to watch, I think. She, as I said, she's won the medal before. She's been runner-up a couple of times. I think she will be the one that a lot of people will have their hard-earned on. But as I said, it's absolutely wide open. And given that a couple of clubs have buys in the run home, Warwick are one of those that have the buy in the next round. The Giants have it in round 10. Minyat Matar have had their bye, so Horsham have had their bye, so can Emma Bawalda get back on the court, and all of a sudden a couple of best on courts, and she's right there. So it's going to be a fascinating, as I said, back half of this count.
Let's get back to the chairperson of the Wimmera Football Netball League, Pauline, and we'll kick off round 9.
Round 9, Southern Mallee Giants versus Ararat. 1 vote, Rebecca Scrabble, Ararat. 2 votes, Caitlin Hickey, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Briley Shack, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 9, Minyatmatawa versus Nil. 1 vote, Tess McQueen, Nil. 2 votes, Laura Delahunty, Minyatmatawa. 3 votes, Meg Cashin, Minyatmatawa. Round 9, Horsham Saints versus Stawell. 1 vote, Abby Hallam, Horsham Saints. 2 votes, Zanaya Bergen, Stawell. 3 votes, Ashley Grace, Horsham Saints. Round 9, Horsham versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Tamika Mentha, Horsham. 2 votes, Emily Pollock, Dimboola. 3 votes, Georgie Carberry, Horsham. Round 10, Stawell versus Ararat. 1 vote, Lisa Fleming, Stawell. 2 votes, Raquel Scott, Ararat. 3 votes, Taylor Borelli, Ararat. Round 10, Warwick Eagles versus Minyatmatawa. 1 vote, Bridie McKenzie, Warwick Nabil. 2 votes, Meg Cashin, Minyatmatawa. 3 votes, Emma Kazitsky, Warwick Nabil. Round 10, Nil versus Horsham. 1 vote, Georgie Carberry, Horsham. 2 votes, Tamika Mentha, Horsham. 3 votes, Jeddah Hurd, Horsham. Round 10, Dimboola versus Horsham Saints. 1 vote, Nicole Policarpu, Dimboola. 2 votes, Kiana Marshman, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Stephanie Glover, Dimboola. Round 11, Ararat versus Minyatmatawa. 1 vote, Emily Langley, Minyatmatawa. 2 votes, Jessie Bly, Ararat. 3 votes, Meg Cashin, Minyatmatawa. Round 11, Nil versus Stawell. 1 vote, Sydney Thorogood, Nil. 2 votes, Courtney McElvride, Stawell. 3 votes, Ebony Summers, Stawell. Round 11, Warwick Eagles versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Emma Kazitsky, Warwick Nabil. 2 votes, Sarah Spicer, Warwick Nabil. 3 votes, Jodie Hayes, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 11, Horsham Saints versus Horsham. 1 vote, Georgia Hiscock, Horsham. 2 votes, Abby Hallam, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Emma Buwalda, Horsham. Round 12, Horsham versus Ararat. 1 vote, Jessie Bly, Ararat. 2 votes, Tamika Mentha, Horsham. 3 votes, Emma Buwalda, Horsham. Round 12, Dimboola versus Nil. 1 vote, Sydney Thorogood, Nil. 2 votes, Holly Ross, Dimboola. 3 votes, Emily Pollock, Dimboola. Round 12, Minyatmatawa versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Jodie Hayes, Southern Mallee Giants. 2 votes, Emily Langley, Minyatmatawa. 3 votes, Zali Brown, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 12, Stawell versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Maddie Taylor, Stawell. 2 votes, Molly Stewart, Warwick Nabil. 3 votes, Zanaya Bergen, Stawell.
Well, Cougs, we are getting close to the business end of the count. How we looking?
Scratching my head and rubbing numbers down real quick. That little block, Meg Cashin, was the big mover. She picked up a 3, a 2 and a 3 in rounds 9, 10 and 11. Emma Kazitsky picked up a 3 and a 1. Raquel Scott picked up a 2. Jodie Hayes picked up a 3. So as I've got it at the moment, at the end of round 12, we have Jodie Hayes is leading on 15. Cashin, Kazitsky are both on 14. Emma Buwalda snuck in 2 best on courts there, and she is on 11. She's only 4 behind the leader, as is Lisa Fleming and Raquel Scott. And 2 rounds to go, so we have got plenty of potential winners here at the moment, but it is Jodie Hayes who leads on 15.
With the way that the season worked in regards to the lockdowns and things, we missed 13, 14, but we'll move now to round 15. Back to you, Pauline.
Round 15, Horsham Saints versus Ararat. 1 vote, Abby Hallam, Horsham Saints. 2 votes, Delaney McLaughlin, Ararat. 3 votes, Raquel Scott, Ararat. Round 15, Horsham versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Marnie Lehman, Horsham. 2 votes, Georgie Carberry, Horsham. 3 votes, Steph Thompson, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 15, Stall versus Minyip Matoa. 1 vote, Laura Delahunty, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Zanaya Bergen, Stall. 3 votes, Gemma Clarkson, Stall. Round 15, Dimboola versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Billy Joe Barber, Dimboola. 2 votes, Molly Stewart, Warwick Nabil. 3 votes, Sarah Spicer, Warwick Nabil.
Oh, it's on. It
really is. 1 to go.
It is on. Raquel Scott polled 3 that round, so she moves to 14. Tamika Mentha polled 2. She's just been picking up 2s and 1s. Hasn't picked up a best on court, but's picked up 2s and 1s. She's picked up 5 of those in a couple. So she's on 12. But we have Scott, Cashin, Gazitsky, and all on 14. Hayes leads by 1 on 15. So with 1 round to go, we have got 5 players that could potentially win the Hatcher medal. Could we have a 4 or 5-way tie? We don't know, but 1 round to go. Round 16 to go. It is Hayes by 1.
Round 16, Southern Mallee Giants versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Stephanie Glover, Dimboola. 2 votes, Caitlin Hickey, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Holly Ross, Dimboola. Round 16, Minyip Matoa versus Horsham. 1 vote, Georgia McLennan, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Tamika Mentha, Horsham. 3 votes, Jeddah Hurd, Horsham. Round 16, Warwick Eagles versus Horsham Saints. 1 vote, Abby Hallam, Horsham Saints. 2 votes, Molly Stewart, Warwick Nabil. 3 votes, Megan Byrne, Horsham Saints. Round 16, Ararat versus Nil. 1 vote, Tess McQueen, Nil. 2 votes, Brooke Curry, Ararat. 3 votes, Delaney McLaughlin, Ararat. And the final leaderboard after round 16. On 11 votes, Abby Hallam, Horsham Saints. 11 votes, Zanaya Bergen, Stall. Also on 11 votes, Sarah Spicer, Warwick Nabil. 11 votes, Emma Buwalda, Horsham. 11 votes, Lisa Fleming, Stall. On 12 votes, Tamika Mentha from Horsham. We have a 3-way tie for our runner-up, best and fairest, in the Hatcher medal. On 14 votes, Raquel Scott from Ararat. Also on 14 votes, Emma Kazitsky, Warwick Nabil. And 14 votes, Meg Cashin from Minyip Matoa. And our A-grade netball best and fairest Hatcher medalist for 2021 on 15 votes is Jodie Hayes from the Southern Mallee Giants. On behalf of the Wimmera Football Netball League, Jodie, congratulations. You've had a stellar year. You should be very, very proud of yourself. What a fantastic achievement. I will now throw over to the boys in the studio so they can have a bit of a chat to our winners from tonight's Hatcher medal.
Cougs, there we go. We have a winner.
We do indeed. And of the interesting thing, not one on that leaderboard polled a vote in the last round. Only Abby Hallam polled 1 vote to join the leaders, one of the packs on 11, but none of the leading contenders nailed a vote, which is a big surprise.
It was very, very, very fantastic account. It was thrilling, edge of the seat kind of stuff. So we have some runners up and three in total. So we're going to cross now from Ararat. Raquel, can you hear us? Are you there?
Indeed, and of the interesting thing, not one on that leaderboard.
We've got the delay happening here.
In the last
Raquel.
only Abby Hallam polled one vote to join.
About a 30-second delay. So.
One of the packs on the left.
Raquel, can you hear us? Are you there? No, okay, Raquel, we're going to moving on to another runner-up from Minyip Matoa. Meg, are you available? Are you live with us on the Zoom call? We'll try our third runner-up. Emma from Warwick Nabil Eagles, are you there?
Emma, you there?
Emma, we're not hearing you.
Sure.
Emma, you there?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Emma, congratulations.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Hang on. I can hear you, yeah. I just have lost visual.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you. Can you see me?
We've got you.
We can hear you.
We've
Okay.
got you.
That will do.
Emma, it was a fantastic season for you.
Emma, you had a pretty good season. How did you feel about it?
To be honest, I didn't actually really feel like I did. So this is a very big surprise, and without trying to sound ungrateful, I don't honestly feel all that deserving of it.
It's tough to say that, but you're very consistent. You won the medal in 17, you runner-up in 18, fourth in 19, and now another runners-up this year. So you've strung together 4 or 5, very, very good years. So I think you probably are deserving of a runner-up Hatcher medal again.
Casey, we might leave that to you to do the interviews. It looks like we're just having issues getting our vocals through the Zoom call.
Isn't live Zoom calls just the best? You think after 2 years would have it half figured out, don't you think, Em?
Well, we probably haven't had a vote count like this before, so we'll cut you a bit of slack.
Thanks so much for catching up with us, Emma. Should we throw to Jodie Hayes? Jodie, you there?
Yeah, you've got me, hopefully.
There you are. Well, Jodie, congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel? What's the vibe? Are you nervous? What are you up to tonight?
Well, I didn't really have any expectations, so I didn't have any nerves until that leaderboard come up halfway through. But yeah, I'm feeling quite, I don't know, it's a little bit of a shock, to be honest. But yeah, happy to be here and just happy to have had the season that we did.
It'll sink in later tonight, and then it'll really hit you tomorrow morning, so you can celebrate over the weekend too. I've got a question for you, Jodie. If you didn't take the #1 spot, who would have you liked to see win the Hatcher medal?
I think there's lots of deserving people in the league. I think playing alongside lots of girls this year who also would have been really deserving. And there's always a couple of standouts among other clubs. Warwick Nabil, the Kaczynskis always poll really well. I think this year was really hard to tell with the stop and start nature to get a feel for who was really having a really consistent season. Emma Bewalder's always up there, but obviously with an injury this year, that potentially ruled her out as well. So yeah, definitely could have gone to anyone.
Does it drive you more for that 2022 season?
Yeah, always. I think the end to the season that we've had this year, I'd be really excited to play in 2022 or beyond that. I think I've really found my passion for netball again this year out at the Southern Mallee Giants. I've had a really enjoyable season and played with a really lovely group of girls. It's been great.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I'll throw back to the boys in the studio.
Yeah, what a great winner. The first Giants player to win the Hatcher medal, crossed over from Dimboola. So very, very deserving, and plays mainly in the mid-court. So I think she would have been fairly nervous coming into rounds 15 and 16, but was able to hold on by 1 vote. So the Giants, they will have a pretty good celebration up there tonight, I would think.
You would think so, indeed. I mean, a very, very successful year now to have the Hatcher medalist as well, which is a pretty mean feat in such a difficult year. Cougs, it's not the only awards that we're giving out tonight. It's not just the Hatcher and the Toohey medal. There's a lot of different other awards. So we're looking at under 21s, goal kickers. We've got life memberships and club championships as well. And all of these awards, similarly to the volunteer awards, all make up the heart and soul of our footy and netball clubs.
They do indeed. And, we have them each year. And it's great to recognise that the best under 21 player that comes into the competition and stamps, their authority on the competition or gets a good start, because that's what the league's all about, trying to get the younger ones through and become key players in the league, because if they aren't coming through doing that, the league's in trouble. So it's great to recognise those, our leading goal kickers and that, and a special one, of course, is a club championship, which is based over votes on all netball, all football games, and the clubs they measure that one a lot as to how they've gone.
Well, looking forward to finding out who the winners of these awards are. So in order to announce them, we'll announce all of these award winners, and then we'll cross back to the Zoom call. Just a reminder, folks, if you are on the Zoom call there, if you can try and mute your however you're streaming, be it via the YouTube or even on the radio, just try and mute that and listen through via the Zoom call. We should be able to communicate with you nice and easily. But we will cross back to the chairperson of the Wimmera Football Netball League for the under 21s, leading goal kicker, the life membership and the club champion awards.
Welcome back. Before we move on to the Toohey vote count, there are a few other special awards we would like to announce first. The first award is the Best Under 21 Netballer for 2021. This award is sponsored by Latest Jewellers, and this year's award for the Best Under 21 Netballer for 2021 goes to Raquel Scott from Ararat. The next award we would like to announce is the Best Under 21 Footballer. This award is also sponsored by Latest Jewellers. This year's award winner for the Best Under 21 Footballer for season 2021 is Mitchell Martin from the Horsham Saints. The next award we would like to announce is the leading goal kicker for the senior football for 2021. This year we have joint winners, and they are Braden Ison from Minutmatoa and Cody Driscoll from Stawell. The leading goal kicker awards are sponsored by Horsham Toyota. The next award I would like to announce is a life membership. Life memberships are earned through lots of hard, unrewarded work, not always doing the jobs you love, but doing what needs to be done to make the sport better for everyone. This year's life membership recipient has been a huge part of the Wimmera Netball Association, now known as the Wimmera Football Netball League, for over 10 years and played an integral part of the Dimboola Football Netball Club for many, many years. She has contributed to the league in so many ways. She's been a Wimmera Netball Association board delegate for many, many years. She has been a Wimmera Netball Association umpire coordinator. She's been the vice president of the Wimmera Netball Association. She has coached, she's been the team manager, and has also been a player for the representative teams over many years. She's been the co-president of the Wimmera Netball Association. She's a C badge umpire and has umpired finals for Wimmera Netball Association over the years. It is with great pleasure that we award a life membership to Ant Tote from the Dimboola Football Netball Club for season 2021. I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of the Wimmera Football Netball League to congratulate Ant on this fantastic achievement. It is so thoroughly deserved. You do a hell of a lot for the netball community, for the Dimboola Football Club and for the league. Congratulations, mate. Well deserved. We will now move on to the Club Championship Award for season 2021. It is with great pleasure that we announce the Club Championship Award for 2021 on 1,452 votes is Horsham Demons.
Well, there we go. Some very, very worthy winners indeed.
Yes, well and truly. And life membership, absolutely brilliant. They don't hand those out easy. Not that I know personally Aunt Tote. I know her a little bit through my wife and that. She talks about the amount of work that she does for the Dimboola Netball Football Club is absolutely outstanding, and she's a worthy winner. And I know just even outside the netball club, she's always promoting netball in the schools, helping out wherever she can. So fantastic effort and absolutely thoroughly deserved. And we could see her on the Zoom call there before. She was pretty teary, was Ant. So congratulations to her.
And are you there with us at the moment? I thought it was worth a try. We know we can see you on that Zoom call, or we could before. I'm just trying to have a quick chat with you, but a very, very worthy winner indeed. And we might keep going through and see if we can have some chats with some of the other winners as part of that group there.
Do we have them there now?
Aunt, you there?
Yes, hello.
And
yes.
The boys would love to talk to you. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
What are the emotions that you're feeling right now?
Yeah, quite shocked. Actually, it's, I lost for words, and that's not like me.
You've
Yes.
been involved for a number of years.
Grateful. Netball's brought so much to my life, and moving to the country, and being a part of the Wimmera Netball League and now the Football Netball League. It's massive. Yeah, it's a huge honour.
You've been a part of the league for many years, from what I've heard. Is it something that ever popped your mind that this would be an honour that you'd receive?
No, definitely not. I moved to the Wimmera probably, when was that? I first started playing in the Wimmera in 99, and that's, I was in my early 20s, whereas a lot of girls and others have been involved for juniors. I'm blown away by it.
It's something definitely worth celebrating tonight. So I hope you're down there celebrating.
Yeah, we've got.
And someone grabs you a bit of a bevy and drink responsibly. Please celebrate in style. Congratulations again. We'll throw back to the boys' studio.
Thank you so much, guys.
A very, very worthy winner indeed there, Cougs. And I just want to have a quick chat in regards to the Horsham Demons, who've taken out the club championship. And as you mentioned before, it's a big combination of all of the leagues together.
It is. It's all the grades of netball and football. They're given so many points for a win each week. And, you hear about the senior footy wins a premiership or a reserve or a senior netballer, but this is the whole club. And as I said, this is one that it sort of shows how strong your club is. And it's I know a lot of clubs pride themselves on winning this one.
We just want to quickly touch again on some of the other winners there. Leading goal kicker for the season. In fact, we had joint leading goal kickers.
Yeah, Braden Ison from Minyat Matoa, big, tall, key forward. Sort of normally plays up the ground a bit more, but played a little bit closer to goal this year. Cody Driscoll injured himself towards the end of the year. He's not an overly tall fella, but so strong through the body and through the hips that he rarely goes to ground. And he's a beautiful kick of the football. And both of those very deserving winners. The under-21s, Mitch Martin, he had a season at Glenelg last year, had been with the Rebels previously to that, back to the club, and he's only going to get better, and he's going to be a real star of the Wimmera League for a lot of years, as is Raquel Scott for the netball. As I said, I think 2019 she won the under-17s best and fairest for the league. She's finished fourth or third in the Hatcher medal count, and the best under-21. So she has got a blossoming career ahead of her. And as I might have said before, she was the only key defender in that leaderboard. It's a bit like the Brownlow. She's a midfielder's award. But she is a key defender, played mainly goal attack, goal defence, so hard positions to play, and she comes up against some of the best each week.
Before we move on into the Toohey medal, we just want to highlight, I guess, some of the vote leaders for each of the individual clubs in the Hatcher medal there.
Yeah, if we scoot round the clubs very quickly, just the top 2 or 3, Ararat, Raquel Scott on 14, Delaney McLaughlin on 5, Dimboola, Holly Ross led the way with 9, Emily Polak with 8. At Horsham, it was Tamika Mentha on 10, Tamika Mentha on 12, Emma Bawalder on 11, Jetta Hurd on 10. When I say last year, 2019 winner the last season we had, Georgia Hiscock only polled the 1 vote, which is surprising. At nil, the youngster Jenna Snyder polled 3, Charlotte Folds 2. Minyat Matoa, Meg Cashin, her first year in the league. If you see Meg, she is very, very small. She's very, very short. Centre is probably her position because she's not going to be able to play goals, shooting or defending, but she polled 14 votes. The next best at Minyat Matoa was 3, so it shows how dominant she was for the Minyat Matoa side. The Saints, Abby Hallam 11 and Megan Byrne 10 led the way. As we said, up at the Giants, Jodie Hayes, the first ever Giant to win a league medal, polled 15. Zali Brown polled 9. Stall, Lisa Fleming and Zania Bergen, 11 each. And at the Warwick Eagles, a lot of votes there. Emma Kazitsky, 14. Sarah Spicer, her sister, 11. And Brodie McKenzie on 10.
A fascinating count, and congratulations to all of the vote getters, but really everyone who got out there on the courts this year, and what we know was an incredibly difficult year. But congratulations again to our runners-up and, of course, our big winner, Jodie Hayes from the Southern Mallee Giants. But it is time to draw our attention to the Toohey medal. Cougs, how are we feeling about this one?
Yeah, again, I think it could be like the netball. It'll be extremely interesting count. I think it will be tight. There's probably 4 or 5 players you think in the mix, but we laugh about it and we say the umpires are a different breed, but they're the ones given the trust to make the decisions each week, and sometimes they see it differently to us that sit over the fence, but we look at it and we go, well, Benny McIntyre, he won it in 2019, runaway winner with 28 votes. Can he be the first player since the great Tony Beck from Stawell to go back-to-back and win his second Toohey? But he's missed 4 games through injury, and I think COVID got him as well for a couple. But he's got a couple of teammates that may take votes off him. My favourite is the former Feeney medalist Luke Fisher, who has joined Minyat Matoa this year after a number of years at the Saints. He's a proven vote getter. He's finished high in the vote count before. But also sitting in there that may pinch a few votes off Fisher and McIntyre is a 2014 winner, Kieran Delahunty, who returned to the Burris camp after stints in Darwin and the Waffle. He always polls well. Along with that victory in 2014, he finished 3rd in 2017. Flamboyant, big high leaping, dominates centre bounces. He's always under the umpire's eye. So he could be really another one to watch. The perennial high poller from Stawell, Tommy Eckel, hope of breaking a 14-year Toohey drought for the Warriors. The coach tied for 4th last year, or when I say last year again, 2019. Runner-up in 2016, and he's featured in Stawell's best players 9 times this year, including 5 best. So watch Tommy Eckel. I know he is Cobber's vote tonight to get home at the medal. Over at Horsham, will it be Ben Lakin or Rona Comboy who can add to Horsham's rich Toohey history? Lakin missed early season games due to injury, but was outstanding in the second half of the season. We saw him a couple of times and clearly best on ground. Comboy, he's just eye-catching, whether in defence or up 40, he'll attract votes. Another midfielder, we keep saying it's a midfielder's medal, best and fairest normally. Maddie Rozier from Dimboola, the silky skilled left footer, under the umpire's eye, grabs plenty of possessions when they matter. And then, speaking of left footers, could Coleman Shack become the first Giant to have the Toohey draped around his neck and make it an absolute massive night for the Giants after Jodie Hayes' Hatcher medal win? The coach has always polled well in the past. He's finished high up on the leaderboard, but he may lose votes to the likes of the loping Cassidy Parish and the bearded small man Rupert Sangster. Given it's a short season, we could see a bolter come from nowhere to etch their name in the history books. Plenty of intrigue, so it's going to be interesting to get the count underway, mate.
Absolutely, it will be. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's get the count underway. We will cross back to the chairperson of the Wimmera Football Netball League. Pauline, over to you.
I will now throw back to the boys in the studio to chat with the winners. Okay, we will now begin the Wimmera Football Netball League 2021 Best and Fairest count for the Toohey medal. Round 1, Ararat versus Stall. 1 vote, Riley Icker, Stall. 2 votes, Thomas Eckel, Stall. 3 votes, Sean Mantell, Stall. Round 1, Minyip versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Luke Fisher, Minyip 2 votes, Kieran Dallahunty, Minyip 3 votes, Ben McIntyre, Minyip Round 1, Horsham versus Nil. 1 vote, Reece Barber, Horsham. 2 votes, Billy Carberry, Horsham. 3 votes, Tyler Blake, Horsham. Round 1, Horsham Saints versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Dylan Tarkson, Dimboola. 2 votes, Mitchell Martin, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Mitchell Jorgensen, Dimboola. Round 2, Stall versus Nil. 1 vote, Cameron Kimber, Stall. 2 votes, Cody Driscoll, Stall. 3 votes, Shane Field, Stall. Round 2, Minyip versus Ararat. 1 vote, Timothy McKenzie, Minyip 2 votes, Luke Fisher, Minyip 3 votes, Kieran Dallahunty, Minyip Round 2, Southern Mallee Giants versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Brock Orville, Southern Mallee Giants. 2 votes, Clinton Burdett, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Cassidy Parish, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 2, Horsham versus Horsham Saints. 1 vote, Mitchell Martin, Horsham Saints. 2 votes, Gage Wright, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Bailey Nelson, Horsham. Round 3, Nil versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Liam Albrecht, Nil. 2 votes, Matthew Rosier, Dimboola. 3 votes, Luke Searle, Dimboola. Round 3, Ararat versus Horsham. 1 vote, Dyson Parish, Horsham. 2 votes, Robert Armstrong, Ararat. 3 votes, Billy Carberry, Horsham. Round 3, Warwick Eagles versus Stall. 1 vote, Charlie Penny, Warwick Eagles. 2 votes, Cody Driscoll, Stall. 3 votes, Thomas Eckel, Stall. Round 3, Southern Mallee Giants versus Minyip 1 vote, Luke Fisher, Minyip 2 votes, Kieran Dallahunty, Minyip 3 votes, Brock Orville, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 4, Stall versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Clinton Burdett, Southern Mallee Giants. 2 votes, Charles Neild, Stall. 3 votes, Shane Field, Stall. Round 4, Warwick Eagles versus Horsham. 1 vote, Brandon Patterson, Horsham. 2 votes, Rona Comboy, Horsham. 3 votes, Billy Carberry, Horsham. Round 4, Dimboola versus Ararat. 1 vote, Baden Cosgriff, Ararat. 2 votes, Dylan Tarkson, Dimboola. 3 votes, Jack Lant, Dimboola. Round 4, Horsham Saints versus Nil. 1 vote, Jacob O'Byrne, Horsham Saints. 2 votes, Edmund Pritchard, Nil. 3 votes, Sam Brewer, Horsham Saints. Round 5, Stall versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Jared Illick, Stall. 2 votes, Thomas Eckel, Stall. 3 votes, Dylan Tarkson, Dimboola. Round 5, Horsham Saints versus Minyip 1 vote, Jay McGrath, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Mitchell Martin, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Kieran Delahunty, Minyip Matoa. Round 5, nil versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Mitchell Darlingberg, nil. 2 votes, Lucas Cook, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Clinton Burdett, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 5, Ararat versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Robert Armstrong, Ararat. 2 votes, Charlie Penny, Warwick Nabil. 3 votes, Jake Williamson, Ararat. Round 6, Ararat versus Horsham Saints. 1 vote, Alexander McRae, Horsham Saints. 2 votes, Jake Williamson, Ararat. 3 votes, Tom Mills, Ararat. Round 6, Warwick Eagles versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Dylan Tarkson, Dimboola. 2 votes, Brock Lant, Dimboola. 3 votes, Thomas Cree, Dimboola. Round 6, Southern Mallee Giants versus Horsham. 1 vote, Tyler Lehman, Southern Mallee Giants. 2 votes, Coleman Shack, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Clinton Burdett, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 6, Minyip Matoa versus Stawell. 1 vote, Braden Ison, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Kieran Delahunty, Minyip Matoa. 3 votes, Timothy McKenzie, Minyip Matoa. Round 8, Stawell versus Horsham. 1 vote, Paul Summers, Stawell. 2 votes, Jackson Dark, Stawell. 3 votes, Thomas Eckel, Stawell. Round 8, nil versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Jacob Cheney, Warwick Nabil. 2 votes, Liam Albright, nil. 3 votes, Jack Peters, Warwick Nabil. Round 8, Horsham Saints versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Riley Cook, Southern Mallee Giants. 2 votes, Coleman Shack, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Samuel Klein, Horsham Saints. Round 8, Minyip Matoa versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Daniel Bibby, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Cade Petering, Minyip Matoa. 3 votes, Jack Lant, Dimboola. And the leaderboard after round 8. On 5 votes, Mitchell Martin, Horsham Saints. 5 votes, Jack Williamson, Ararat. 6 votes, Jack Lant, Dimboola. 6 votes, Shane Field, Stawell. 7 votes, Dylan Tarkson, Dimboola. 8 votes, Billy Carberry, Horsham. 9 votes, Clinton Burdett, Southern Mallee Giants. 10 votes, Thomas Eckel, Stawell. And leading after round 8 on 12 votes is Kieran Delahunty from Minyip Matoa.
You are watching and listening to the Hatcher and the Toohey medal for the Wimmera Football Netball League live on 1089 3WM. Cooks, what about that for an opening vote count for the Toohey medal?
Well, my favourite's gone, I think. Lukey Fisher's only picked up the 4 votes so far. His teammate, Kieran Delahunty, leads with 12. And solid right the way through to round 8. He's gone from round 1, 2 votes, 3 votes, 2 votes. They had the bye. 3 votes, 2 votes. Round 8 is the only round he has not polled a vote in so far. So he is polling extremely well. And now you would think the way he's going would have to be right there towards the end. Tommy Eckel's the other one. We expected him to be there, and he is. He's polled 2 best on grounds and 2 second best on grounds to be on 10. Clinton Burdett, the veteran, I think he's good way past mid-30s on 9. Again, very small, but 2 best on grounds, a 2 and a 1 in there. He's really creative. And the real veteran, Shane Field, I think he won the reserves, the Hank Neal medal a few years ago. He's on the leaderboard with half a dozen, a couple of best on ground. So intriguing and interesting. But Kieran Delahunty has probably taken the votes off Lukey Fisher and is leading the count well and truly.
we will just take a moment to kind of recap and try and celebrate some of the achievements that has happened as we realise the season. We didn't get to play the finals as we were all hoping for, but as we said, with the netball competition, there are still minor premiers and still some runners-up as well. So we're going to have a look at our Zoom call once again, where Cougs has magically appeared alongside Casey in our sister studio over there, and we'll see if we can get the coaches from the minor premiership, which is Minyip Matoa, John Delahuntley, and also Coleman Shackey from Southern Mallee Giants on that Zoom call. Cougs, are you there?
We'll see if we've got Johnny there. Are you there, John? Not looking good. What about Scotty Arnold, the president?
It's live radio for you right here, isn't it?
Yeah, live radio is good. And whether we've got the Giants, Coleman, Shack listening to us, or being able to get to us with the technology we've got. I told you this earthquake did a bit of damage, boys.
I can see some of these people on the actual Zoom call, whether or not they're just behind with that delay or not, we're not entirely sure. But look, both of those teams and both of those coaches really had fantastic seasons, Cougs.
Yeah, they did indeed, and disappointing way to finish the season, I suppose, especially for Minyip Matoa. They won the premiership in 2019. Got a really good, solid bunch of players. Didn't get on the field last year. This year, here we go. We got Johnny Delahunty here. Hopefully, you can hear us. How going, John?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Cougs. You got us there?
That's good. We're just saying a little bit disappointing end to the year. The way it's gone, you've been the outstanding side again, and you know, for 3 years you've been there, and you can't just get to that final hurdle of getting to finals.
Yeah, bit of a shame the way the season finished, but yeah, out of our control, so it was a bit of a shame. But as I said, yeah, hopefully next year we can be thereabouts again, Cougs.
You've got a pretty good young list, and a lot of them are locals. So most of those have sort of recommitted for next year. I know we've only just sort of finished this year, but most of those would be hanging around, and you've got a good couple of younger under-17s coming up. One of them that, of course, young Oscar won the medal. So it's bright future for the Boroughs at the moment.
Yeah, no, it is. It's really quite healthy at the moment around the club, and as you said, a lot of younger local fellas that will be around for next year. So it is exciting times, and yeah, you touched on Oscar. He's going really well, and great to see him awarded there as well. So it's great.
It'll be what's the plan from here? A bit of a footy trip, and then a bit of a break. And when do you sit down? Have you recommitted to coach next year, or still going through the process and thinking about it?
Footy trips are out of the equation for the next month, I guess. Yeah, so we'll do that when we can. We're actually going to have a bit of a training tomorrow night, just to put an end to the year. So yeah, looking forward to that and catching up, and we might have a couple of beers afterwards while we're stretching down. As for next year, I don't know if I'm allowed to say or not, but I'm stepping down from the coaching role, and they've already appointed the next coach. So yeah, that'll be Tim McKenzie with an assistant of Luke Fisher. So I think you've got the scoop there. It might be in the paper next week or something, Cook. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Congratulations. It's been bittersweet, I suppose, for you. We sit here and from the outside, and you've won a premiership, and certainly have probably been the strongest team on paper. Last year we didn't start. This year only lost the one game by a point. So it's a bittersweet way to go out. That you know, footy's a fickle game, but you could look at it and say, well, could have been a triple premiership coach, have one to your name, but you've left a lasting legacy, like a lot of the Delahunties on that club.
Oh no, well, yeah, you don't know. We're glad that we got the success in 2019 that we did, and yeah, this year was shaping up nicely. But you know, hopefully next year we can be really successful under Tim, and you know, bookend the 4 years together. And you know, we are in a really good position just as a club in general. So yeah, it's been a pleasure, buddy, coaching to start with, and I really look forward just to sitting back in the back pocket or something, and yeah, just switching off a bit and playing footy. It's going to be really nice.
Well, congratulations. Thanks very much for your time tonight, and enjoy the rest of the evening. And with Karen in front, God only knows what might happen towards the end of the evening.
Yeah, let's hope we gets there. And good on you, mate. Thanks for that. Have a good night.
Good luck. That's Johnny Delahunty, the coach of Minyip Matoa. I'm not sure whether we've got Coleman Shack there from the Giants.
Yeah, I can hear you, Coos. Can you hear me?
Yeah, got you. No worries, Coleman. How are you?
Yeah, going all right. Thanks, guys.
That's good. As we said to Johnny, a bit of a disappointing way to end the year. But once again, the Giants continue, as they've come into both the District League and the Wimmera League, to be a really strong competitor.
Yeah, just listen to what Johnny was just saying then. It is definitely disappointing. A lot of work from not only the players, but all the people behind the scenes at the club, just going through the pre-season and getting through the majority of the season, all not to finish off the end and get a result. It's a bit of a hollow feeling around the place, and a bit disappointing. But like Johnny said, we can't control it, and you have to move on and get on with it.
As a coach, has it been really extremely challenging this year? Like last year, we didn't play at all. That was it, done, dusted. But this year with stop, starts, are we going to play? No crowds, trying to organise everything and keep the players engaged, training and fit, and especially from the Giants, where you have a lot of people travel back home, and that very hard on you during the year.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. It makes things more harder than normal. So keeping the group together without actually seeing each other all the time is definitely hard, and minds will drift and all that. But I'm very lucky as a coach. Me and Luke, myself, have got a pretty motivated group, and they keep themselves motivated, and it's very player driven. So they've definitely taken a lot of weight off the shoulders, but it's definitely harder to keep the mind focused for long periods of time compared to a normal season.
Yeah, one season finishes, the next start, and I see you've lost Teddy Linden. We've already got one scoop tonight, so I'll ask you the same question. You going around next year, or haven't, as a coach, or haven't sat down and discussed that with the club as yet?
No news yet, like Johnny, but we're just working out what's going on at the moment. So hopefully, in the next week or two, we'll have it all worked out.
And you have got a bub due in the off season, have you not?
I do, yes, 30th of November, which is very exciting.
Well, that will fill in your off season. Look, all the best, Coleman's been fantastic chatting to you during the year, and all the best for the Giants players in the poll. Clinton Burdett's right there, and I would think you probably should be a little bit higher up the leaderboard, but we look forward to finishing the count, and thank you for everything this season.
Thanks, fellas. Doing a good job. Cheers.
We'll just throw back to Adam now to move forward.
Thank you, Cougs. Fascinating as always to hear from the coaches, their perspective, and always nice to get a bit of an unexpected scoop as well. Cougs, it might have been an earthquake day. We're having some technical fun, of course, but you still got a nice little scoop there in regards to coaching of Minyip Matoa.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. But he leaves the club in fantastic hands, does Johnny Delahunty, being fantastic leader, put a lot of time into them, and, they were thereabouts, lost a couple of grand finals. Johnny's got them to that top of the mountain, and he leaves with them at the top of the mountain. And that's all you can really ever do, is go into a club and improve them and leave them in a better spot than when you arrived. And he's done that. Because he goes out as a premiership coach and sitting as a minor premier.
It's a nice way to go out, a difficult year, as we said, but yes, it's nice to go out on top. We're going to move ahead and head on over to rounds 9. We'll do rounds 9, 10, 11, 12 before there was that bit of a break throughout the year. And we'll cross back to the chairperson of the Wimmera Football Netball League, Pauline, for round 9 of the Toohey medal count.
Round 9, Southern Mallee Giants versus Ararat. 1 vote, Coleman Shack, Southern Mallee Giants. 2 votes, Lou White, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Sam White, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 9, Minyip Matoa versus Nil. 1 vote, Luke Chamberlain, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Kieran Delahunty, Minyip Matoa. 3 votes, Luke Fisher, Minyip Matoa. Round 9, Horsham Saints versus Stawell. 1 vote, Jackson Dark, Stawell. 2 votes, Jacob O'Byrne, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Daniel Rees, Horsham Saints. Round 9, Horsham versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Tyler Blake, Horsham. 2 votes, Hayden Walters, Dimboola. 3 votes, Rona Comboy, Horsham. Round 10, Stawell versus Ararat. 1 vote, Shane Field, Stawell. 2 votes, Liam Arnott, Ararat. 3 votes, Thomas Eckel, Stawell. Round 10, Warwick Eagles versus Minyip Matoa. 1 vote, Braden Ison, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Cade Petering, Minyip Matoa. 3 votes, Kieran Delahunty, Minyip Matoa. Round 10, Nil versus Horsham. 1 vote, Ben Lakin, Horsham. 2 votes, Rona Comboy, Horsham. 3 votes, Matthew Wynne, Horsham. Round 10, Dimboola versus Horsham Saints. 1 vote, Cody Hellier, Horsham Saints. 2 votes, Luke Searle, Dimboola. 3 votes, Andrew Devereaux, Horsham Saints. Round 11, Ararat versus Minyip Matoa. 1 vote, Timothy McIntyre, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Luke Fisher, Minyip Matoa. 3 votes, Ben McIntyre, Minyip Matoa. Round 11, Nil versus Stawell. 1 vote, Drew Snyder, Nil. 2 votes, Jack Walker, Stawell. 3 votes, Thomas Eckel, Stawell. Round 11, Warwick Eagles versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Rupert Sangster, Southern Mallee Giants. 2 votes, Sam White, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Coleman Shack, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 11, Horsham Saints versus Horsham. 1 vote, Jet Hopper, Horsham. 2 votes, Billy Carberry, Horsham. 3 votes, Ben Lakin, Horsham. Round 12, Horsham versus Ararat. 1 vote, Rona Comboy, Horsham. 2 votes, Jet Hopper, Horsham. 3 votes, Ben Lakin, Horsham. Round 12, Dimboola versus Nil. 1 vote, Drew Snyder, Nil. 2 votes, Fraser Driscoll, Nil. 3 votes, Jaden Lehman, Dimboola. Round 12, Minyip Matoa versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Clinton Young, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Coleman Shack, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Kieran Delahunty, Minyip Matoa. Round 12, Stawell versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Daniel Bell, Warwick. 2 votes, Jackson Dark, Stawell. 3 votes, George Manton, Stawell.
We'll just take a quick pause there, Cougs, after round 12. If my calculations are correct.
It's, yes, he can't be beaten, I don't think. Kieran Delahunty is on 20 votes. He leads Tommy Eckel by 4 with 2 rounds to go, which mathematically you can make it up, but unfortunately Stawell have the bye in the last round, so I think we can just about declare it. The mover probably in there. Coleman Shack's up to 10 votes, has gone very well. Lukey Fisher's picked up a 3 and a 2, so he's sort of up to 9, but he misses the last round, I think, through injury. We haven't really seen Clint Burdett hasn't polled another vote since the round 8, so it's been the Kieran Delahunty show so far this evening.
And, well deserved as well. I mean, just kept racking up, 3 votes throughout. And
he has
a stunning season.
He's only missed votes so far in round 8 and round 11. So we'll continue on and see if he can round out with votes in rounds 15 and 16.
We'll cross back for the final of the Toohey medal. Pauline, back to you.
Round 15, Horsham Saints versus Ararat. 1 vote, Daniel Rees, Horsham Saints. 2 votes, Brodie Griffin, Ararat. 3 votes, Jake Williamson, Ararat. Round 15, Horsham versus Southern Mallee Giants. 1 vote, Sam White, Southern Mallee Giants. 2 votes, Coleman Shack, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Rupert Sangster, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 15, Stall versus Minyip Matoa. 1 vote, Kurt Bruchert, Stall. 2 votes, Kieran Delahunty, Minyip Matoa. 3 votes, Luke Fisher, Minyip Matoa. Round 15, Dimboola versus Warwick Eagles. 1 vote, Dane Stewart, Warwick Nabil. 2 votes, Elliot Braithwaite, Dimboola. 3 votes, Thomas Cree, Dimboola. Round 16, Southern Mallee Giants versus Dimboola. 1 vote, Matthew Rosier, Dimboola. 2 votes, Coleman Shack, Southern Mallee Giants. 3 votes, Rupert Sangster, Southern Mallee Giants. Round 16, Minyip Matoa versus Horsham. 1 vote, Clinton Young, Minyip Matoa. 2 votes, Nicholas Kelson, Minyip Matoa. 3 votes, Warwick Stone, Minyip Matoa. Round 16, Warwick Eagles versus Horsham Saints. 1 vote, Cody Hellier, Horsham Saints. 2 votes, Gage Wright, Horsham Saints. 3 votes, Angus Martin, Horsham Saints. Round 16, Ararat versus Nil. 1 vote, Fraser Driscoll, Nil. 2 votes, Riley Taylor, Ararat. 3 votes, Jordan Cox, Ararat. And the final leaderboard after round 16. On 7 votes, Dylan Tarkson, Dimboola. 7 votes, Rupert Sangster, Southern Mallee Giants. 7 votes, Ben Lakin, Horsham. 7 votes, Shane Field, Stall. 8 votes, Jake Williamson, Ararat. 8 votes, Rona Comboy, Horsham. 9 votes, Clinton Burdett, Southern Mallee Giants. 10 votes, Billy Carberry, Horsham. 12 votes, Luke Fisher from Minyip Matoa. 14 votes, Coleman Shack, Southern Mallee Giants. And runner-up on 16 votes is Thomas Eckel from Stall. And our senior football best and fairest Toohey medalist for 2021 on 22 votes is Kieran Delahunty from the Minyip Matoa Football Netball Club. On behalf of the Wimmera Football Netball League, Kieran, congratulations. You've obviously had a fantastic year. You should be very, very proud of yourself. I'm sure your family and your club are very, very proud of you. What an honour. Congratulations. And, you know, hopefully you can get to have a few beers to celebrate. I will now throw back to the boys in the studio to have a chat with the winners.
Well, there it is, Cougs, the winner of the 2021 Toohey medal.
Deserving winner, probably not the fella I had my money on, Lukey Fisher from Minyip Matoa, but Kieran is big, tall, mobile fella, had the advantage or the beauty of he played in the waffle last year, so brilliant. Came back to home base, work on the farm, and he becomes a dual Toohey medalist at like he's probably 28 or something like that. But just brilliant, outstanding season. He's kicked 29 goals. He goes forward. We covered a couple of games where he sort of rucked and went forward and he kicked 4 or 5 goals in a game. So a really deserving winner. And, you know, as I said, 2014, he was runner-up in 2017, in 2017. Unfortunately, he missed the premiership in 2019, but... Yeah, a really good win.
And the runner-up as well, very, very deserving winner from Stall.
Yeah, Tommy Eckel, so close yet so far again. He polled in 6 games. He's consistently featured in the top votes of the Toohey medal without winning it. 2019 he tied 4th. 2018 he played over in Glenelg. 2017 he didn't poll that well, but 2016 he was runner-up. So the ones that have consistently polled votes have been there when the whips are cracking. And as I said, I think Kieran, he's only missed polling in 3 rounds. He didn't poll anything in the last round. So he's polled in 9 games. He's polled 4 best on grounds and 5 second best on grounds. So he's had an extremely consistent season.
A remarkable season indeed under all of those circumstances. So massive congratulations indeed. And I think we might have them on the Zoom call. We're going to cross on over to Casey Cougs while you make your way over to the other side of the studio. Casey, I think you have a very happy and excited winner over with you.
I definitely do. But before I get to Kieran, I do want to see if Thomas Eckel is on the call. Let's chat to our runner-up first. Thomas, you there? Maybe not. That's perfectly fine because Kieran is ready to go, running around with his medal around his neck. I'll throw to Cougs.
Congratulations, Kieran. A well-deserved victory again for the second time.
Yeah, thanks, Cougs. It's obviously a bit of a shock, and you never come here to go for these awards, and it's obviously quite an honour to end up with it.
It sits comfortably now as a dual Toohey medalist, along with your win in 2014. Do you reflect? Well, you'll probably reflect on that when you finish up. But to be in elite company of Minyat Matoa, I think there's only a couple of fellas that have won. I think Arnie McIntyre won a few medals. To now be regarded as a champion of the Minyat Matoa Football Club, how does that sit with you?
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever put yourself in that category. I mean, they're very good players that you're talking about, and maybe one day it'll be something you reflect on. But obviously, not being able to get the premiership this year was quite disappointing. But in saying that, it was a bloody enjoyable year, and I think the way that we put our foot forward, and we had quite a dominant year. But obviously, you can't do much about a world pandemic, and it's a great place to be a part of, and it was a really enjoyable year. So.
You played a year up with the NT Thunder, and then they folded and you headed across to the Waffle. So you were extremely fortunate to be able to play football last year at a really high level. Did you find a lot in playing in that footy that you could bring back to the Wimmera League?
Oh, 100%. I mean, coming up against some of the guys there every week, and undoubtedly one of the cousins, having a ruck against Lockie Delahunty, he certainly puts you back in your box pretty quickly. He's a superstar, and it was a great experience, and best thing I've ever done. And that's the thing, coming into this year, having a season under the belt, it was without a doubt definitely an advantage on the fitness front. And just the things you learn and some of the people you're around, you just absorbing in the whole time. So it was very, very handy.
You played ruck forward. Is that the position you like to be in the ruck and then have a rest forward, or would you just like to stay in the ruck and not worry about going forward as much?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it. I mean, when I was younger, I guess I was a midfielder when I was in the junior ranks, and I guess that's why I've always enjoyed the ruck. And when I sort of had those 2 years away, I probably wasn't big enough to be a standalone ruckman in those leagues, and I guess it sort of helped up forward teaching that craft. And I'm flexible for wherever the team needs me. So
it's been, as I said, a brilliant season. There was only 3 rounds you didn't poll in. You polled in 9 games, 4 best on grounds and 5 second best. So extremely consistent year. Before we finish up, you've got anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, absolutely. First off the rank, I better thank my lovely girlfriend Lily. She followed me around for a couple of years. We went interstate, and she's a great support network, as is my family and my friends, and everyone at the Minyat Matoa Footy Club. It's a great place to be a part of. As I said, it was a shame we didn't get the success we deserved this year, but in saying that, it was a great year, and it was just great to be back playing footy. Everyone that puts in the hard work, Johnny Delahunty and his assistant coaches, the amount of effort that they put in behind the scenes, it was fantastic. And, I think that held us in really good stead this year. And as well as, the board at the footy club, the volunteers, everyone that makes a difference to make this place the best club there is. So, thanks everyone for that.
Yeah, well said, Kieran. Deserving winner, and as you said, it's been a lot of hard work done by a lot of people to get football on the field this year, and led by your president, Scotty Arnold, has done a fantastic job. Enjoy the night. You're a well-deserved winner, as I said, a dual Toohey medalist. So go and enjoy it with the people here around, and celebrate hard. And we look forward to seeing you back in the jumper in season 2022.
Yeah, thanks, Griggs. And just before I forget, you just reminded me. Big thanks to the Wimmera Footy League. A couple of times this year, other leagues pulled the pin, and to be able to play footy was really appreciative. And all the work that they did. Thanks for that. Cheers.
Well said, Karen. I'll pass back to Adam in the studio.
Thank you, Cougs, and a very, very worthy winner indeed. And well said. What a great way to end that up there, to thank the actual league for sticking it out. Trying times indeed. We all know that. We're aware of what's happened throughout, the past 18 months or so. But the league held on as long as they possibly could, with hope of trying to play. And that really was to serve for the communities. And we know it's not just the players, it's the coaches, it's the umpires, it's the administrators. It's every single person that makes up these clubs. And it is a shame we couldn't get finals, but we do have nights like tonight, Cougs. We do get to be able to at least celebrate some of the great achievements that have happened on the courts and on the ovals.
Yeah, we do. We get to recognise the individual champions of the league for the year, and that's been important. We, as you said, we didn't get on at all last year to get enough games in to recognise and those individual players. It's been fantastic, and as Kieran said, other leagues pulled the pin at times, but Pauline and her team soldiered on. No crowds. The clubs, the amount of work that they had to do, to fence between netball and football. Often you're only allowed, 300 people, and you couldn't use the change rooms, and that the volunteers and the work that club presidents and that went to get a game of football and netball happening so these players could play has just been phenomenal.
Yeah, it really does, and it just speaks volumes of, of the region and how much footy and netball really, really does mean to some people. So, Cougs, as we did with netball and the Hatcher medal, we have some top performers, I guess, for each club we're going to have a look at.
Yeah, we'll start off with Ararat and their captain, and he's just he's not a man mountain. He's a mountain, a smaller mate. But Jakey Williamson, he's just gives his all every week and leads from the front, doesn't shirk an issue. He led their polling on 8, and then there was 2 or 3 players on 3. Probably Tommy Mills was the one that I thought might have polled better. He only polled the 3 votes, but they in total had 24 votes. Dimbula, Dylan Tarkson, he polled 7. A blonde hair. Key Ford, again, missed games due to COVID. Jack Lant finished 6, Tarkson on 7. Tommy Cree, who was suspended, also on 6. Over at Horsham, it was the big ruckman, Billy Carberry, who polled the most. He polled 10 votes. Conboy on 8. Benny Lakin on 7. Benny Lakin came home with a couple of best on grounds towards the end of the year. Nil, Fraser Driscoll and Liam Albrecht led the way with 3 votes in a pretty hard season it was for Nil. For Minyip Matoa, the winners tonight, Kerrindella Hunty, as we said, polled 22 votes. Lukey Fisher, 12. Ben McIntyre, the 2019 winner, on 6. Cade Petering, Timmy McKenzie on 4. And they polled a massive 61 votes in total, by far and away the most by any side. The Saints, the best under-21 player, Mitch Martin, he led the Saints vote getters with 5, Rees and Gage Wright with 4. At the Giants, Coleman Shack, we thought he would poll well, and he did. He came home with a number of... he polled a 3 vote in round 11, and then in 12, 15 and 16, the final 3 rounds, he polled 2, 2 and 2 to finish with 14. Clint Burdett, the veteran, on 9, and newbie Rupert Sangster on 7. Brock Orville played a couple of games before he did his ACL. He picked up 4 votes there. Stall, Tommy Eckel, once again, the runner-up, 16 votes. We talk about veterans. This fella Shane Field, he just keeps going and going and going. The big ruckman polled 7, Jacko Dark 5. And at Warwick Nabil, Charlie Penny and Jack Peters both polled 3 to lead the way there.
It's a pretty remarkable night and some very, very worthy winners all around the league, different clubs, etc. So have a quick recap of what we have seen tonight. Of course, we did start off with the acknowledgement of Volunteer Award and a very, very worthy recipient of that one. Thanks to the Morrow Motor Group, Jenny Dunn from Ararat Football Netball Club for your many, many years service.
Yeah, great win. And we should mention too, we missed it at the start. Of course, the other grades, the senior grades, they did their vote count last night via Zoom. The reserves, Timmy Wade from the Horsham Football Club won that. He previously has won a Della medal as the best and fairest in the Horsham District League. Did his Achilles a couple of years ago. He's probably 35 or 6, has come back to play, help out in the reserves and won himself a medal. And in the netball, the B grade was Abby Gregg from Dimboola. Tracy Dark, the veteran from Stawell Warriors, won the C grade, and also from Stawell Warriors, the C reserve, was Jessie Cowan. So we acknowledge those as well as deserved winners from the counts last night.
It would have been a big weekend, as we've discussed. We would have been having a look at Friday night, Saturday, and then Sunday as well. It would have been a big one. Hasn't been the case at all. Do you have a prediction, Cougs, of who you thought might have actually walked away with the premierships this year?
Look, I still think Minyat Matawa were the best side. I think the Giants needed everybody up and going, and Brock Orville, they lost him early with a knee, and also whether the Giants would have been able to get all their players home, because they have a number of locals that have grown up in the area that are working in Melbourne that commit to come back and play. Whether they would have been able to get out of Melbourne or whether they were already out of Melbourne, I don't know. But Minyat Matawa were fit, healthy, and right to go. So I think Minyat Matawa probably would have got over the top of the Giants if it became a shootout on 1 versus 2. But having said that, it was only a few weeks ago that they were pretty well level pegging at 3/4 time, and Minyat got them in the last quarter.
Would have been really, really interesting to see how that one played out. I mean, it's imaginary finals now, isn't it? It's imaginary finals.
And the netball, it could have been, again, if the Giants had been able to get everybody out, they come up against a Horsham side that is seasoned, played finals, know how to go about it, against the Giants outfit that hadn't really played finals and that sort of thing. That would have been an absolute enthralling contest. It would have been a beauty to watch.
It certainly would have been. Well, Gus makes it a little bit more mouthwatering for next year now, doesn't it? There's looks as though once we get to these vaccination rates and things start to open up, a little bit more freedom in regards to training. So be a bit bigger pre-season that will be put in. So it makes 2022 a pretty mouthwatering season.
Yeah, and look, you will know the clubs have already on the hunt for players, and I know the Giants have lost their fullback Teddy Linden, who came across this year. He's gone back to coach Shepparton, so that is a big loss for them. But the Giants, they've just got a vast network of contacts that they'll fill a hole without too many worries.
We gave out some other awards this evening as well, and the best under-21s went out to Raquel Scott from Ararat and Mitchell Martin from the Saints, both incredible young talents.
They are indeed, as we spoke earlier on. Mitch Martin, both of them led their votes for their respective clubs, and they're under 21, so that shows the talent they've got, and we hate to lose that talent, but you also... Though talent, you like to see them go and play the best they can. We've seen with Karen Delahunty, he's played Northern Territory, he's played Waffle, now he's home. It's magnificent that they go and get this, test themselves at the higher level. But, geez, it's good when they come home, back to their home club, and we'd love to see a few more come back home and strengthen the competition even further.
We had a dual leading goal kickers for the season as well. So Brandon Essen from Minyat Matawa and Cody Driscoll from Stawell both kicked a pretty decent ton this year.
Yeah, they did, and both key forwards. And I suppose that's one thing that we miss at the footy follower is is the fellas kicking the 10s a week and kicking 100 goals a year. You know, we don't have to go far back. And David Johns and Johnny Hotka and these sort of fellas, Paul Moore in the District League or North Central, they were just potting 100. Jeff Parrish every year, year in, year out. And now with the evolution of the game, if we see a key forward kick 50, it's been a big year out. And I think these fellas were probably mid-30s. I know we lost a few games, but, you know, that's only sort of not even 3 goals a game. So we'd love to see the big key forward make a return.
Absolutely, we would. I reckon we might see a couple of big forwards playing in the Big Dance on Saturday as well. Hey, we also had a fantastic winner and a very, very worthy one for the Life membership this evening as well. She was rather emotional on the Zoom call from Dimboola, and very, very worthy winner of that award.
Oh, done a lot for netball, not just for the Dimboola Football Netball Club, but for the whole Wimmera League netball competition, and as I said, outside, even outside the clubs with schools and all that. And you saw how much it meant to her, and it's a great honour to be bestowed a Life membership, and it couldn't be a more worthy person this year to have that honour given to her.
I absolutely agree. Just seeing that emotion on her face briefly that we did on that Zoom call, it says it all. It says it all. And in regards to the club championship, the Horsham Demons had a pretty successful year. Yeah,
no surprise there. Their netball is extremely strong. They probably would have had all sides in finals. Their senior footy missed out, and then normally their junior football is very strong. So they've got plenty to keep building on and doing each year. And as I said, a lot of clubs like to get their hand on that because that shows the strength of the club, not just one grade, but the whole club, and worthy winners.
A very, very interesting evening. There was a lot of high suspense, and to have a number of runners-up in the Hatcher Medal was on the edge of the seat. But big congratulations to the runners-up of the Hatcher Medal, Raquel Scott, Meg Cashin, and Emma Kazitsky from Warwick Eagles.
Yeah, look, we thought it was going to be tight, but we didn't think it was going to be that tight. I think we look back and there might have been, 10 girls within, 4 or 5 votes. So magnificent competition, and that is a strength of the Wimmera Netball Association in the Wimmera Football Netball League is how strong and competitive and even it is. So magnificent, and you don't see too many vote counts that tight.
No, you really don't. But a very, very humble winner as well, Jodie Hayes from Southern Mallee Giants of the Hatcher Medal.
Yep, and as we've said 2 or 3 times, the first footballer or netballer to win the highest individual honour that they can have bestowed upon them in the Wimmera Football Netball League, and Jodie will rightly assume that title. And deservedly so. As I said, she'd been runner-up before, so she'd been knocking on the door. So congratulations to her.
And over in the Toohey medal, our runner-up, again, very, very worthy from Stawell, it was Thomas Eckel.
Yep, he just keeps chipping along, Tommy. He, as I said, he's been runner-up before. He has been coaching, and as a young coach, he gave it away. He went over to Glenelg and played a bit of footy over around Adelaide. Came back, has taken on the coaching, still a young coach, and he just hasn't slowed him down at all. Still brilliant midfielder, uses the ball extremely well, and has to worry about coaching his side as well and what everybody else does. So a brilliant effort by Tommy again, finished on the 16 votes.
And our winner of the Toohey medal this evening, it's a bit of a famous name out in that part of the world, really, isn't it? Kira Delahunty from Minyip Mattel.
Yeah, if you're not married to a Delahunty, you're related to a Delahunty or whatever, just about you've got to be to get into Minyip Mattel. But look, as I said during it, he is a tall, he's fluent, he covers the ground quick, he's got a magnificent leap on him, and he's right in under the umpire's eye and takes a really good mark. And he's gone forward and kicked 29 goals this year as a resting ruckman. So, as I said, he went to WA, was able to play footy last year. As he said, held him in great stead, and he's come back and imparted a bit of knowledge and a bit more strength to an already overburdening, strong Minyip Matoa Football Netball Club.
Very, very successful night indeed. Now, Cougs, you'll be catching up with some of the winners and some of the awards and some of the coaches coming on Saturday morning with the shirt front.
Yeah, we will be catching up to some of those, and also keeping our eye on some of the locals further afield that are still playing footy. I know last week there was 2 or 3 locals that were up in Queensland at Broadbeach that nailed a premiership. Jacko Price from the Giants, Sammy Jasper, who was at the Saints. Past me, there was one other. Lockie Delahunty from Minyip Matoa area is over in the Waffle. His side is through to a grand final, and as we said Saturday, he's been named in the Waffle Team of the Year 7 times in a row since he's gone across there, chasing, I think, his 5th premiership in those 7 years, to go with a runner-up or 2. And Horsham's Chris Curran, who is the joint captain of Glenelg. They were beaten in the second semi-final last week, so they were in a preliminary final. So, for football people, they can still see a few of the locals having a run around in a high standard of footy over the next week or 2.
We look forward to hearing all about that and more, and a big recap of the night of nights tonight on the shirt front on Saturday morning from 8. It's been a big night. It's been a very successful night. We've battled with some technology, but we got there in the end. Some very, very worthy winners, and we do thank you for your company this evening. Streaming via YouTube and, of course, online on 3WM. Cougs, as we said at the start of the night, we can't do these leagues. Local sport in regions just doesn't exist without all of the people that make it up. Coaches, umpires, administrators, the list just goes on and on and on.
It does indeed, and we starts off with the league, and even above that, the AFL Wimmera Mallee with Jason and Jenny French and Aslan Whitney do an absolute power of work behind the scenes that they just help the clubs and a resource of the clubs, and then the clubs themselves, as I said earlier on, the presidents and the committee. The amount of work they've done this year to get things on the field is just amazing.
No, it really has been. I mean, it's been a year that I don't think we're ever going to forget for any different reason. And so thank you for what you've done as well, for your voice, promoting the sports out there on a weekly basis and calling the matches. And we look forward to a very, very successful season 2022. It's time for us to wrap it all up. We're going to leave you now, end our live stream broadcast, and on the radio we'll join Dennis Walter. Thank you to the sponsors, to every single person involved. You have been watching and listening to the Toohey and the Hatcher medals for the Wimmera Football Netball League season 2021.